Hi, it's the Carter Man, host of Coffee with the Carter Man. Every week, America's #1 political activist podcast should be up for you to look at the across the social media on Thursday by noon. So don't miss it this week. Have an incredible interview with a true American hero, a top business leader and a patriot. Whose story you're going to want to hear, John McNabb, so make sure you tune in. But right now, I want to ask you a question. Why is it so damn hard to get a straight answer from the United States government about anything? About anything you ask them about, you get a lie. I mean, it has become de rigueur that if the government of the United States says it, it's a lie. And we're getting this over and over again. And we have consistently, tragically, for the past 4 years. I mean, think about the example that always pops in your mind is the war in Ukraine. How many times did the United States government put out the word through its owned and operated lickspittle media that Putin is dying? He's dying. Oh, he looks damn healthy to me now, a lot healthier than what we got staggering around in the White House. And of course, how many times did Joe Biden, when he would stand up in front of the press, which was rare even at the beginning of his administration, and tell us, Russia's losing the war, Russia's losing the war. Russia is rolling over Ukraine like a hot knife through butter, and has been since the inception nearly, and yet all we've heard, Russia's losing this war. Why can't we just get the truth? The truth. And you say, well, Carter, what has set you off about that today? New Orleans set me off about it. There's something else, a second item, which I'll get to as well. But New Orleans, this whole business of this clearly Muslim slaughtering all these innocent people in what was, to anybody's eye, from the very beginning, a terrorist attack. And the FBI says, no, well, it wasn't, we don't know. We have no idea about the motive or it being a terrorist attack. Why can't you just tell us the damn truth for a change? Now later, after they couldn't cover up anymore, the FBI finally said, well, we're investigating a terrorist act. No kidding. Really? Huh. What makes you think that? The fact that a Muslim, a guy whose name is Yusuf, whatever, mowed down scores of people, killed 15, got out and started shooting everything up, and now later you're saying, well, maybe this was a terrorist attack. You think? Maybe that's why the FBI has become so bad at preventing any kind of attack anywhere. And let's take the school shooter attacks. Every time it happens, the FBI comes out after the fact with, well, he was on our radar. Well, then why didn't you do something? Probably because you're lying to us and the person was never on your radar, because FBI, you have been too busy for decades spying on innocent American people, arresting pro-life demonstrators, attacking protesters at elementary schools, parents objecting to pornography in the school library and perverts in the girls' room. You've been so busy going after them that you really haven't had time to prevent terrorist attacks or school shootings. You've been kind of busy, haven't you? And you're real busy framing Donald Trump. Framing Donald Trump. Just had a heyday with that. Spent all your time on it, filing FONA-FISA reports, the whole 9 yards. That's what our FBI has been doing. That's why we can't get a straight answer from them. I mean, you know, I remember when Strzok Squeeze, Lisa Page, Peter Strzok Squeeze, testified, and one of the senators said, well, what is your obsession with Donald Trump? And she said, well, he likes Russia, so he's a national security risk, and we hate Russia. I would have said to her, Miss Page, there are several things that are not your job. One of them, what you do with Strzok, is none of our business, so I'm not going to try and put a stop to it. But I am going to put a stop to you making a personal decision that your personal hatreds should govern the behavior of the FBI, particularly when you're as crooked as you are. That's where we are with our FBI. You know, the other day I saw Steve Bannon say, we need to replace the building? No. Burn it to the ground and salt the earth. And frankly, I think that's what we need to do. We don't need a national police force. We need good, strong local police forces. And that means we can't allow idiots like Biden and Harris to defund the police. Okay? And then lie to us about it. Again, lie to us about it. And that brings me to my final point. I said I had another dishonest maneuver I wanted to bring up. John Roberts, the ghastly Supreme Court Chief Justice, has now come out with his annual report saying that we can't have politicians at the highest level in the presidency defying Supreme Court rulings. Now, I want you to think for a second. What the hell's the timing with that? Joe Biden made it a point, said outright that he would not abide by Supreme Court decisions, that it was against the Constitution to forgive student loans. He said, I'm not paying any attention to them, I'm doing it anyway. John Roberts said nothing. Donald Trump gets elected, and all of a sudden John Roberts has to make this point. Again, misleading us. You know, peeing down our back and telling us it's raining, once again, which is what our whole government does now. End of speech. There you go. You can tell I'm upset because I got done weightlifting. I don't like to weightlift. I got done jogging. I don't like to jog. But it set me off, and so I'm sharing it with you. And I think what I'm talking about is very serious, okay? So during this Trump administration, we have to defund the lying left throughout our government, get rid of the deep state, the FBI, the whole bunch of them, and restore integrity. Let's do this thing.